Menstruation. I believe we've all heard about this. We know people that are experiencing this, but sometimes we do not talk about this enough or a lot. Today we want to have a look at menstrual hygiene, encouraging our girls to stay safe hygienically or healthy or clean while they are menstruating. And of course, to fix the sanitary pad appropriately so that they do not stain themselves while they are menstruating. And also share some 1 or 2 tidbits we can share with you who is watching us to be careful while you are menstruating so you don't stain yourself, and especially some of us that may always have some abdominal pains or fall sick here and there over taking so many medications. Menstruation is a big deal and needs to be paid attention to. I am Martha in Spice. Let's take a break. When we are back, we delve into more. Stay tuned. Growing up, it was so difficult finding answers to all the questions that bothered my young mind. As soon as I found my purpose and understood my mandate, I made it a mission to answer as many questions as possible, bothering young people. I have mentored, inspired, and helped young people unearth their potentials through the Martha in Spice Foundation. However, I feel it is time to bring the conversation much closer to you. We have you in mind, you the young person. With my team of experts, we bring to you the Reflection Show, a show that focuses on addressing issues young people face, helping them to unearth their potentials, and giving them nothing but the best avenues in helping them solve issues that they may face in their young age. Join me, Martha in Spice, every Thursday and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on Truth TV, the Reflection Show, restoring hopes. Welcome back from the break. It's still the Reflection Show with me here, Martha in Spice. I'm here with Yasmin and Kenny. We want to look at menstrual hygiene. Before then, I want to ask you, at what age did you start your menstruation?
Oh, okay. So, good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here again. I started my menstruation when I was 13.
13.
Yes.
That was later. I started when I was 11, almost 12.
Funny enough, my twin, that's my child, she started when she was 8.
8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like 5 years after you started.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Twin, like you were born on the same day.
Yes, my twin sister, yes.
Yasmin, at what age did you start?
11.
11, okay.
Yes.
We began early.
Yes, we did.
Oh,
What sometimes causes these things, like people starting their menses early, some starting late? Because my elder cousin started, I think, 5 years after I had begun. I think she was 19, almost 20.
Okay.
Yes.
When she began her menstruation, and I was 11, and it was years later she actually began menstruating.
Oh, wow.
Is it because of the food we eat? Yasmin?
Could it be? I think everyone in their own system.
Okay, so based on the little research we've seen they've done when it comes to hormones and women development, they have seen that after a few years, every 10 years it changes.
Okay.
So every particular generation starts at a particular age. So the older one starts their menstruations very late.
Okay.
But as we started coming down, the 2000s, the 2010s began. They are now becoming very, very early. My daughter started her menstruation when she was 9.
9 years.
Yes. And my baby now is 11.
Wow.
Yes. So nowadays they are starting very early. Very, very early. So a lot of factors are involved. Hormonal changes, geographical location, eating habits, even the environment can influence when the menstruation starts.
What were some of the myths and misconceptions you heard about menstruation?
Did I hear any misconception? Did I?
You never heard anything about menstruation? Like when you were young, that it was a taboo to even cook whilst you start menstruating? Or during the time that you are menstruating?
No.
There was nothing like
No.
that. Can you ever
For me,
hear
I
any
didn't.
misconceptions
Wow.
like that?
Then she grew up in a very nice
The only thing I knew was about the religion, about Islam.
Okay.
When you're having your menses, you don't pray or you don't touch the Holy Quran and all that. But apart from that, I've not really.
Even as Christians, a time came, some people brought some doctrines, and they said that when you are menstruating, you don't even go to church. So at a point, I had friends who, when they are menstruating, they don't go to church.
No, I know there are some churches that
it's
practice that. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, because it's felt unholy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I know there are some churches.
But beyond like religion, let me say culture or whatever, did you ever hear anything about menstruation, Kenny?
Oh, for me, it was you can't touch food when you're menstruating. You can't cook.
Yeah.
When you're menstruating, there are some certain
especially for
places.
married women, you can't cook for your
So
husband.
that is not. So what I know is not culture-wise. It's just individuals. They don't want women who are in their menses to cook for them.
No, but some cultures actually you can't
It's
even
actually
cook.
part of
Oh,
it.
really?
Yes, some cultures
It's
you
integral.
can't.
It's actually
Yes,
part of
even
it.
when you are menstruating, you can't even go before a chief.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you can't go before a chief if you are menstruating.
I know some traditional ways like how do you call it?
Is it voodoo?
It's not voodoo, but it's traditional ways.
Yeah.
Yes. When you are having your menses, you don't take their medications or their treatments. You don't touch their treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so all those ones are there.
Yeah.
Because people saw menstruation to be a time where you are unclean.
Clean, yeah.
That's the key word I'm looking for. So even in religion, you are unclean to go before your God, your God.
Yes.
And even in tradition, you can't even go before a chief if you are menstruating. And even as a wife, you can't even go before your husband. Yes, like the ancients, and these are things I really heard. You can't even cook for your husband
When you are menstruating.
when you are
Yeah.
menstruating, especially if your husband have some form of spiritual authority.
Yes.
When they eat your food, it will contaminate their powers. And
Yes.
yeah,
To touch the juju.
let's talk about menstrual pain.
Okay.
Have you experienced some?
Yes, I have.
What do you do to that?
So
It just brought back
when
memories.
I started my menstruation, it used to get so bad that they used to rush me to the hospital. Yes, that was how bad it used to get. But as years went by, I used to fall sick and I used to take herbal medicines. So I think one of them worked something in my system. So the menstrual pains got quite better, but not completely gone. So once in a while, I take painkillers. Sometimes I just leave it. I just endure the pain, and then sometimes too I use hot compress. Yes, on my abdomen to just relieve.
But there are
me
some
from the
pain medications. It becomes used to your system. It doesn't work
That's
again.
the thing.
There used to
That's
be
the
this
thing.
medication. I've forgotten the name that I used to really take. And once I take it, every single pain appears. It got to a point like the medication did like Odeshi, whether you take me or not. Kenny, did you experience some menstrual pains? And what do you do?
I think right from when I started, I didn't really have menstrual pain, funny enough. And the myth was that when you give birth,
It
you
will
do
stop.
not have menstrual pain. Until I gave birth, after the second one, I would have my menses and I'll be paralyzed from the waist down. I
So
cannot
it's not
move.
true that once you give birth, the menstrual
I
pain
beg,
will
It's a
stop.
lie.
let's throw it inside dustbin.
Hey,
It does not work.
I'm waiting to give birth so that I can see.
I think it's related to everybody and their hormones and their body.
Okay.
Because for me, I believed that once I get about 2 children, no problem, no shaking, until it will come, and I cannot move. Your legs, you can't. Like if you touch my leg, it would vibrate. Like there would pain that would radiate from my back down to my leg. So usually when I would let them know at the office a day before I start menstruating that you will not see me.
Well, are you those who are advocating for menstrual day leave at the office?
Because
or what?
I can't move. Whatever you do, you meet me in one position. That is where I will be.
You won't be able to do
Yes,
that.
I won't be able to move. So it got to a point, it became so bad. I started also trying to research ways I could help elevate.
So it means that menstrual pain cannot really completely go away. It can only be managed.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that is what I want our viewers to know. Sometimes people come on social media trying to find several ways. I remember there was a time some people even wanted me to influence some kind of pad for them, and they would tell me that once you wear the pad, it will help you. But I wasn't really seeing like any difference. Just to wear a particular pad, it will reduce menstrual pain and all that. So menstrual pain cannot completely go. If it goes, there are some months I don't even have pain.
Yeah. Yes.
But you see, sometimes it's true. I will have pain, but my mood will be worse. I'll be moody. I'll be sick. I'll be hungry. So sometimes I don't know whether I should even have the pain, which is better, or not having the pain, but you just feel some way. Let's look at menstrual hygiene.
Okay.
How do we keep ourselves? Let's start from the moment you know you're about to menstruate. How are we supposed to keep ourselves during menstruation?
Okay, so during menstruation, you have to make sure you bath at least twice a day. If you have the chance, make it 3 times a day. And then make sure you change your pads regularly. If you're a heavy bleeder, make sure you change it about maybe every 3 hours or 4 hours. If you're not, maybe, it should even still be the same thing. But you make sure you change your pads regularly. And then when you change your pads, wash, clean, and then wear the new pad.
My issue sometimes is with the young people that we are advocating to now. They do not have appropriate places to change their menstrual towels when they are in school. Even with adults, sometimes even at the offices, we do not have an appropriate place to change, because sometimes if I am in the office and I have to use the washroom, when I'm not menstruating, the time I spend in the washroom are very lesser than the time when I'm menstruating. Because I don't know of other people, sometimes I have to really press myself so that after 3-4 hours I can use the washroom and change. I feel very funny having to pull down my underwear, and wear it back.
Yes.
I feel it's nasty. I can't stand my own blood. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, people like
Yes.
that. Yes.
So once I pull it down, I just want to have a fresh pad.
And just
Yeah.
Going up. So people that do not have appropriate places to change in their offices, yes, and we are advocating for organizations or schools to have appropriate places. There's this place I really like so much, Plan International Ghana in Tamale, their office. When you enter their female washroom, there's sanitary part in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
So I remember
nice.
there was a time I went to their office, and then it was that time of the month, and I think I was in a hurry that morning, so I couldn't fix my pad well. So I fixed it in a way that I pushed it too much backward. So the front part was full with blood, and the back was dry, was empty. So I realized that if I don't change my pad,
You stain.
I was stained. So I quickly removed my pad and took a pad there.
Oh, wow.
Fixed this. I was so happy because I had just gone there to weave. I didn't know that the pad would have even shifted or anything. So I was just asking myself, what if there was no pad there? I could have, because I was there for a meeting, I could have probably stained myself. So I think that organizations should do well, even if they don't even have the pad in the washroom. Some places may have a washroom which are unisex. So, but also as a woman, I always have pad in my handbag.
You should.
Pad in my bag.
I always have pad in my
panty liner, always there.
Yes, I always have pad.
Always
So
there.
what can we encourage people to have appropriate washrooms, and how they can also clean themselves better when they use these washrooms? Kenny.
Oh, okay. So I think one of the ways we can do is that, I know it's not easy right now. The economy is so hard.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about how much the pad costs, first off. We're not even talking about normal, even, I mean, there are some people who have the liberty to buy wipes. Yes, the one with the alcohol on it.
Yeah.
Some people can't afford it. The normal tissue, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
You can't just use any type of tissue because it's blood. You would use it to clean and it would stick.
Yeah.
Look, blood. Oh my God, blood. There's the way the blood is, there is so much you have to consider, especially when it comes to being clean.
Yeah.
So as you said, advocating for them to have a space, so you can even make it a joint thing. Involve every single worker in your organization when it comes to this. You let them know that, okay, one person should not just be involved. Everybody should be involved. You have a general meeting where you let them know that we want to make our bathrooms menstrual friendly. Each person should contribute 5 cedis. We buy a carton of pads, and then we make a makeshift container where every time you want a pad, it will just be there. You just pull it out and use. That one alone will make your work environment so comfortable, and if possible, a hidden room with a mattress. So that every time
you can go and
you are
sleep.
feeling
Hey, I would like that kind of office.
and there will be a writing at the front, do not disturb, she's menstruating. Like it shows we are now even more comfortable with the topic. It's not more something, oh, I have to whisper it.
It's
anymore.
a taboo to talk about menstruation.
Because now you just say, oh, nowadays we can't. We're even lucky. Some of us are now raw enough to say, oh, I'm menstruating. Before, I'm doing kotoko, I'm on rest.
Yeah, we used to say those things.
Like you have to find
it's my time of the month.
It's my time. Oh, it's that time of the month. Oh, we are trickling fountains. So many words.
But you see, I think that it is the acceptance. Now I feel people kind of accept it better. At first, you cannot really tell you even a guy that, oh, I'm menstruating. They'll feel like, why are you telling me? Or they'll be asking, are you okay? Are you sick? You're like, yeah, what part of your body? When you now tell them that you are menstruating, they'll feel like, oh, I shouldn't have known this. Couldn't have said it in my stomach or something. But there was nothing wrong to say I'm menstruating.
Yes, I wanted to give an experience of something that happened to me. So it was the last day of my menses. Usually the last day, you don't really have that much
pain,
blood.
yeah.
So not so much
blood, yeah.
So it will just be there, unless maybe probably it feels like dropping. So I went to visit a male friend of mine, and he wanted to offer me a massage. He was offering me a massage, and then I think he mistakenly touched there, and he saw the blood.
Yeah.
The speed.
He stood up and
he used to enter the washroom. I got up and I was like,
no, but some people are not so comfortable with that.
No, I understand, but at that particular moment, you are not supposed to have reacted that way.
No, Kenny, I think that
you can't blame him.
You can't blame him because they are not wired to understand. If the blood had come from your body like a cat,
would have been different.
They would have been different.
Okay,
people
so
have their cultural perspective.
So you can't
they
blame
have like whatever. I think that with that one you can't blame them so much, because even with me as a woman, maybe I would have even done worse. Because even with my own blood, I don't want to touch it. And I remember there was a time that I stained my bed sheet, and I struggled to wash it, so I had to put bleach. And anytime I'll go and raise it, if it is gone, before I was able to wash it. So now I have a towel that I use when I'm menstruating. Once it starts coming, it's a very big towel. I'll put on my bed. Whatever stains come, it's not even white, it's a wine. So I don't even see whether it is there. I just wash it. So I think that people are allowed to feel what they want to feel, because it is not their blood, it is not, and of course they want to wash it off and all that.
Yes. So when he came out back, I was concerned, like, oh, well, they said, oh, he saw the blood, he was very uncomfortable. I was like, oh, okay, I understand. I brought it up because there are some people that sometimes we make people feel like, oh,
uncomfortable.
You are supposed to be okay with it. We are still advocating. It has taken us, how many years now to even be able to get to this topic. So there are still some people who still have challenges with being comfortable with menstruation, or even menstrual blood in general. So right after he washed, I explained to him that, oh, I'm so sorry, it was supposed to be my last day. I was like, oh, it's fine. I was like, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay?
No, as for the okay there.
Because there are people that blood can just
whatever. Look, when I was in senior high in Nobby school, I used to be called MTN because I was in all the clubs except Red Cross.
Because of blood.
Because of blood.
Because of blood.
And because of the fact that you have to always be running. Somebody would just be in the dormitory, asthma attack, Red Cross, you have to run. I didn't like that kind of anxiety where sometimes you're even eating, you have to leave it. I don't like those kind of anxiety stuff. So I feel that when it comes to menstruation, even though the cultural perspective and all of these things have been said and all on that, but I feel that we shouldn't force people to accept it because we feel that it is us.
Yes.
We should find a systematic way of letting it to form part of the society.
Exactly.
Because even as a girl, it's my blood myself. Sometimes even how to even dispose of my pad, I don't like it.
we still spoke about it when we were coming.
So I sometimes I just ask, look, I keep saying this, if God should come down and ask me, there's one thing he can take away in my life as a woman, I will talk about menstruation. Apart from the discomfort it brings, you need to have a different set of clothes or underwear and things that
smell.
Yes, like and at that time of the month, it's so stressful because you have to put yourself in a particular position. And the additional financial cost, because men don't buy pad.
Oh yeah.
So I think
And
that
pad is very expensive.
Exactly.
Oh, my sister.
So Yasmin, now to this. How do we encourage our young girls coming up? Because sometimes it's so painful, it's emotionally draining. Our parents only focus on don't let a man touch you, if not you get pregnant. But I think that the education on menstruation has not been done well. What more do you think we can do on menstrual health or menstrual hygiene education to help our girls?
So I think we have to go to schools, talk to them about menstrual hygiene, teach them more, talk more about it, because sometimes the parents at home don't do much of the work. Because me like this, I got to know about menstruation and using of pad in GSS right before my menses started, and I was not taught at home. So once it came, I knew what I was supposed to do. So I just went straight to my grandma and I was like, I want money to buy pad. So we have to, if we could find time to go to schools or talk to the teachers to at least educate the students on menstrual hygiene and menstruation.
Yeah,
that would
because
also
as
help.
for the parents, I don't really think that they are shy. My mother never really told me about menstruation. I had to learn that in school, which is, I think that now we can do better. I want us to take a break. When we come back, we will be looking at how we would fix a pad on an underwear so that we can wear it nicely and tightly so we don't get stained. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
My name is Naima. I have a challenge with my aunt since I was in basic 5. If I'm in class learning on the board, it reflects. So I can't see well, I can't read well, so I have a problem with learning. So when I heard about the eye screen in Matter Research Foundation, I decided to come over and see how it will help me, and I'm very happy to be here today.
Welcome back from the break. We want to look at how we can fix the sanitary pad. I have here with me Fadila. She's one of my girls at the reading clinic here at our youth center. We've been teaching them how to fix the sanitary pad. Please, Fadila, don't disgrace me. So I want Fadila to just take us through how to fix the sanitary pad. All right. Okay. So, yeah, just go ahead.
First, we have to remove the thing that holds the covers together.
Okay, let me hold the pants for you for now. Okay.
Remove it carefully.
Okay.
And make sure you don't dirty it.
Make sure you don't dirty it. Okay.
There is something that holds this cover to the pad, so we have to remove it carefully so that it doesn't get teared.
Okay.
We have to remove this part.
Okay.
So you open it like this. Hold the pants like this.
Okay.
So that you can place it well.
Okay.
There's something here that you have to remove so that the pad will stick to the pants.
Okay.
Place it here. The thing is still there, so we have to
Remove it. Okay.
There's another thing that sticks the cover to the pad at the other side, so we have to remove that one too.
Okay. Okay. Let me help you.
Thank you. There's another one here, so we have to remove that one too. You open it carefully.
Okay.
Place this one at the back of the pants,
Okay.
and the other one at the other side,
Okay.
and then your pants is ready to be worn.
Okay. So you do it well. I want to see after you are done with everything how it is. Okay. So now your pad is in your pants. Okay. So after you are done, you want to take it out after 3 or 4 hours. How do you remove it and how do you dispose it?
Okay. Because you don't want the blood to stain you or touch you, you can remove it by folding it.
Okay.
Fold it carefully. You don't want the blood
To stain you, yeah.
The things that we placed at the back, we have to remove it.
Okay.
Keep on folding. We are done.
Okay. Okay. What next?
You take the cover, the one that you remove the pad from,
Okay.
put back the pad
Okay.
and close it nicely.
Nice.
Put it inside a black rubber and dispose it.
Wow. Thank you so much, Fadila. Let's clap for Fadila. She's
Yeah,
done so well.
so well.
So, are you able to teach your colleagues how to I mean, in school and in the house, you're able to teach your colleagues how to wear the pad?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Fadila, for taking us through how to wear and dispose of our sanitary pads. Thank you. All right. I believe that we have learned how to. I didn't want these people to show us because they are adults, but getting someone from our youth center, we've been taking them through personal hygiene and all of that, and I'm glad that they understand these things and they understand menstrual hygiene and they understand especially how to fix the sanitary pad in or on an underwear. So now we have passed this stage, have we? Yes, I want us to look at the hygiene components. We see people using several stuff to clean the place during menstruation. We have heard medical personnel tell us that it's not appropriate because it brings. I like what you mentioned about the tissue because some of the tissues can get stuck. For me, I think that the best is just to use water.
Water. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just to use water. If you are done using the water and you want to dab the wetness out of it. But I think that sometimes it can be stressful having to carry. If you don't have your own washroom, maybe especially even in the house or in the office or a washroom where you cannot spend quality time, that can really be very disturbing, right? Because it's like you're using the washing. Please, there's a queue out there. You can't even get time for yourself. So what can we do better in, let me say, washing ourselves during menstruation? Yasmin.
Okay, so if we are ruling out the using of the tissue, I could also say we can use wipes, unscented wipes.
Yeah.
Yes, at least that you wouldn't have an infection.
Yeah.
Unscented baby wipes.
Yeah.
You can use it to clean yourself and then change your pad.
Okay.
So apart from the tissue, if you don't have the luxury to use a washroom, water and all that, apart from the tissue, you could use unscented baby wipes.
There are so many other stuff people use when they are menstruating. We'll come there, but Kenny wanted to say something.
Yes, so there is something I've also realized that actually really helps. Getting butters. So the basic buta, the kettle that the Muslims use when they are doing their ablution. I saw an office where they had butas in every washroom stall. I was curious. I was like, is it for ablution? I was like, no, it's for women who are menstruating. It's like, oh, okay, this can actually work. Because if the water is washing, you don't have to start looking for bottle to fetch. The buta is there. It has water there. So you just, rinse. You can use a tissue to dab, and then you wear. So butas are actually more affordable to buy. For some of us who cannot afford even the normal baby wipe safe, it's not easy. But if you have a simple buta, make sure your buta is clean, it's looking very attractive, it's not looking dirty and dusty. You keep it in the washroom for the women, even if it is just one. Like the thought counts.
Okay.
Yes, it will also help in that as well.
I think the officers can do better than the schools, because the schools may not have the financial capacity to put all these things in place. Maybe the private schools usually are able to put these these stuff in place, but the government schools sometimes it's really not very easy for them. All right, but now the young girls who are coming out, some of them may not sometimes have the opportunity to voice out their issues on menstrual hygiene. What can we do to help them? Maybe those who are watching, is there an advice or something we can tell them, guide them on who to talk to? Because there are lots of issues on menstrual hygiene. For example, like he said, you had to go to your grandma. Some people, I remember there was this funny thing I saw on Facebook where the girl said when she had her menses, I think she had her menses over 6 months before her mother got to know. Yes. And they did that she had her menses. They thought that was her first time. So they called her and they were trying to tell her where their pad. And she was just laughing at them because she had learned all these things in school. And so what can mothers do better? If we don't get these education in school, your sister had at 8, your daughter had at 9. Maybe in some schools by 8 or 9, they haven't done that topic, menstrual hygiene. So how do they understand it? I think let's let them understand what is menstruation. It's the monthly flow of blood from the private part of a woman. So when you know this thing, and at any point in your life as a girl, you experience these things. Who and who should a girl talk to?
Okay,
Yes.
I think first things first, your mother should be able to have this conversation. Even for me, immediately I noticed she started having vaginal discharge. I sat her down. There's one little thing that is about to come, and that thing is going to change the rest of your life for a long time. And that thing is called menstruation. I told her what she would feel. So even weeks before it would come, I've always made her carry a pad in the bag. So there was a pad in her bag, there was a black rubber, and there were change of panties already in her bag. So the day her menses came,
she knew how to
do.
And
luckily for her, so because of this advocacy we've been doing, we've been doing a lot of advocacy. They also taught them again in the school. So already she had the necessities. Then she went to meet funny enough, they had a guidance counselor in the school at the time. So she went to meet the guidance counselor. They gave her para because she was feeling pain. So by the time she came and I looked at her, I saw her face, I was like, wow. You started.
But do you think that we are shy sometimes to talk about this?
Yes.
What makes us shy? Culture, religion, or what?
I think it's both culture and then religion. Culture and religion makes us shy to talk about such things. And it shouldn't be so. We should be able to talk about it because it's a natural thing. It's a natural thing, so we should be able to talk about it anytime, any day, anywhere.
Do you think some men accept menstruation? I see some videos on social media, maybe just for content, where girls even put a prank on their boyfriends, just put something like a pad, and the men are able to pack it and put it well. Some even fix the pad for their girlfriends and pamper them. But some people, you can't even do that. Do you think people still see menstruation as a taboo?
Yes, there are people like that, but unlike before, now it's way, way better. Now the men have embraced it. They've accepted it. Some men even are able to change their girlfriends or wives' pads when they are having their menses and are having serious cramps. They're able to change it for them and then help them wear it. So unlike before, now men have embraced it and accepted it.
Kenny, do you think some men have embraced it?
Well, yeah, some men. There's still also the cultural and religious aspect around it. There are some of them that even if you tell them they're menstruating, you immediately start seeing COVID-19 protocol activated.
Do this, don't do that.
And I'm asking you, why are you running? And you're like, it's
yeah,
you don't
it's a
know.
woman's
it's
thing.
an innate thing.
Yeah.
And then in turn, it makes us feel like ill about your body. And there's this thing about a woman who is confident about her body. Anything you say to her at that particular moment,
Doesn't
it's my
matter.
body. It doesn't matter. So we are still working up. So I love the fact that we've done so much advocacy on menstrual hygiene. We still have a lot of work to do, of course, especially when it comes to the men's side. But the amount of knowledge we've equipped the girls right now, when you even see them and speak to them, the amount of confidence. I mean, look at the confidence alone. She's not shaky. She's not afraid. She knows how it is. But there are still some of those issues that, quote unquote, will forever be around blood. The smell, the look, the touch, even we as adults. Look, I can be, and I don't want to touch, like, I don't want anybody to touch me. I don't want to touch myself. Like, all those little things that happen. And even trying to let another human being see you in that state is like, no. If I am menstruating, I will hide. Everybody must know no.
There are some that just want to hide because of the pain and the stress that they are going through.
Yeah.
But sometimes it depends. I think that even till now, every month is different.
Yes, funny enough.
Like there are some months you are energetic, you are strong. There are some months it delays.
Yes.
And you wonder what you've done.
Start questioning. Start looking at pregnancy test to buy.
I said you wonder what you've done. Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to come on like that.
Look, you
Kenny,
I'm not Virgin Mary.
No, I just saw there's this guy, is it creating or something on TikTok? He's a guy, but he does very funny videos on. He did one on menstruation where the girl was calling their friend and was like, remember the day we went where? What date was it? Well, I was like, why are you not asking? Like any problem? Like, no, but for me there are times that I'm just okay. Because once you've not done anything or you've not been intimate with any man, you shouldn't be worried. Me, I'm always even happy because once the pain starts coming, like there are times I actually don't have pain, but I feel sick. My body is hot. I cannot eat. I cannot think. I come to work and it's like I'm moody. I want to lie down. So sometimes I feel that even if it's painful and I'm able to be productive, it's better. But every month is different. Some months, even on the first day, it's just like some drops. Second day comes a lot. So it just made this. God, I wish you could. In the next great thing you are going to create, women, please don't.
Give it to the men. Let them enjoy it more.
Yeah. So our final words, or in wrapping up on menstrual hygiene, do you think that some of these feminine products are helping? No. We see a lot of feminine products in the market. People say smell, and people even say that you have to even do some rituals after you finish menstruating. You bath with salt and some herbs to cleanse what like people have spiritualized or demonized menstruation. That after menstruation they want you to do certain kind of cleansing. That's the word I'm looking for. Have you heard about that?
I know about the Islamic way. You have to do the cleansing. But
no, even beyond that,
I've
some
not
people
heard.
actually mix sea salt and some other stuff.
I've not heard of that.
Have you heard of some, Kenny?
Nope. I just know of normal bath now. That's all.
I know sea salt, bathing with sea salt. I've heard bathing with sea salt cleanses you spiritually. But when the menstrual, I've not heard.
No. I've also heard people use this feminine product to douche, to lessen the smell, douche, lessen the smell, trying to make, that thing about the smell. Even when we are
with the smell, I think sometimes the pad we use has a role to
and
play.
then sometimes some of the ladies don't change their pads frequently, so it makes it smell.
Exactly.
It makes it
so
smell.
The pad we use, there's this pad I used to use, please don't mention the name, I don't want to mention the name. It has this mint. Whilst you wear it, it's so hot in there. So when you bleed a bit, it mixes up with whatever in there and it starts smelling. Also because people don't have, I don't know, but people don't have different underwears they use for menstruation and what they use on a normal day. And after menstruation, even if you use the same panties, it needs some special kind of wash because
Yes.
it might have stained here and there, and people feel that a friend mentioned this to me. I use this pant today, because the pad doesn't go. I mean, because it's not directly to the pant.
Yes.
I feel that I've not had any stain, and I use the pants again.
Without washing.
Yes. So, for example, I use this pant and I put a pad on it. Even if it's in the night, it's fine. You are sleeping in your room.
Yes,
So,
yes.
if I use it in the morning to come to work, maybe, sometimes when you lie down, even though you are wearing the pad, it can stain the back.
Yeah.
But somebody can wear this pad to work for the whole day or problem. Some people
Yes.
wear pad to work and the whole day they don't change.
Yeah.
So once I get home and I see that, there's no stain here, I remove the pad. You get? And I put another pad and wear it for the night. For the night, it's okay. It's just you and your bed. But some will wear this pad, this pants with a pad. Maybe in the night, they wear it. And the next morning, still, there's no distance. And they wear the same pants on the second day. So when you check, I don't know if people, sometimes even when you remove the pants has some smell.
Yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
it has accumulated.
Yes.
Yes.
So in fact, I believe some girls would do that.
Because
So
now it is who has more than one pants to wear.
yes. So
Yes.
I think that we should. The best is just to have underwears you use when it's that time of the month.
Yes, so at
when
least
you are done, you just wash it and dry it until the next month.
menstrual
Yeah.
cycle. Yeah.
I think it would help us a lot because once you don't take your care of yourself, I was going to talk about shaving.
Yes.
When you don't shave properly and it clots, you are not able to wash the place very well, and the clotting hides under
The hair.
the hair,
Oh.
which goes back into your
Sure.
system as bacteria.
Causes
So people
another
actually have a lot of discharge. If you are lucky and your system is able to fight these things, it comes out as discharge and you are safe.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, you probably have other infections that could have been prevented. So shaving is very, very important.
Yeah, so shave before.
Very,
So you
very.
spoke about the night wearing the pad when you are going to sleep at night. So I have this trick. I wear 2 pads
Yeah.
at night.
One
So I double it. So
one
one
in the
comes forward and then one at the back.
Yeah, so that when you lie down,
Yes.
it's still.
Yes. It's
Because
still-
no matter how you push it to the back, sometimes it
yeah.
has a
My-
way
my
of.
husband knows
Yes.
the work.
Yeah, so I think that.
To shake.
But you see, parts are
That's
expensive.
the
So if you
thing.
don't have another part to put at the back, like this, you can put a tissue.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can put a tissue at
something
your
that
back.
will not
So
be like direct contact, so that you can manage.
me, I've thrown most of my undies and my towels away because I don't want to wash them.
Yes. I
When
know.
we were kids, they say don't do your part this way. Do it for soccer. Why? I just still use it for soccer. Your final words, ladies.
Okay.
Kenny.
So I think first things first, I like the topic of we encouraging making our bathrooms more women friendly. Let's be frank, the women do a lot to contribute into the system. I don't have to wait for me to get home before I can be comfortable enough
Yeah.
for me to dispose my pad. Every office should have a separate bin for pads.
Yeah.
I feel we should do that.
Yeah.
We should be able to incorporate that in our offices. Even if you cannot even afford the sanitary pad, it's something small just to show that you care. The booters in the washroom, the mini dustbin for specifically
Yeah.
for sanitary pads.
That's if they will understand. People don't understand different sanitary, dustbins. They just put in things. So I think it has to be labeled.
Yes, it
Yes.
has to be labeled,
Yes.
and it should be in the female washroom, because it is generally assumed that a male will not enter a female washroom.
In Ghana, no. Somebody
In
would
Ghana.
walk in America and say, I identify as a girl.
So that one is another topic entirely. But as long as that female bathroom is our sacred place,
Yeah.
we should try and make it as comfortable as possible for everybody.
Yasmin?
Okay, so let's try as much as possible to educate the girls and even boys about menstruation. Let's educate the boys on what menstruation is, and let them learn to accept it, so that when they grow, they don't become this kind of men who are always running away from women who are in their menstruation. And let's just be able to educate all the young girls. They don't need to be our family members.
Of course.
Any young person, if we have the opportunity to educate them on menstruation and menstrual hygiene, let us do it.
I just quickly want to say one thing too: the proper disposal of the pads. Now, although there's still the issue of the sakawa and the ritual things, although it has reduced, we still need to remember that proper disposal of the pads is very,
Yeah.
very important. I always advise to burn.
Well, that's another topic. People have issues on the burning, but
Yeah.
now that most houses or organizations have this dustbins,
Yes.
you can just put it nicely like in the wrapper, put tissues around it, put in a wrapper, put them together. I would not be so comfortable leaving my pad in my office dustbin. I want to carry it home.
Yes, because of,
And put them
you know,
together.
Yeah.
But if you have an organization whereby they are able to handle this appropriately, that's also fine.
Yeah.
So I believe that with all this conversation we have had about menstrual hygiene or menstruation, the myths, misconceptions, we've spoken a lot. I don't even know how to even title this episode, but I believe that with everything we have spoken about, it has given you an insight about menstruation and how we can do better about menstruation. It's not a sin to be a woman who menstruates.
Yes.
No. If we don't menstruate, we are going to cry that we want to have kids and want to have babies. It's been such an honor and a wonderful time bringing you the Reflection Show. I am Martha Inspires. Please have a good night.